was that? That was freaking awesome. So I've got the 60 today. The F10's done. It got a front bumper repair, repainted, rewrapped, and is now back. Well, he's taking it to work and then back to the house. So I'm headed up to the shop in Escondido because there's a locksmith guy coming to fix the door on the back. You saw it ate my key last week, and now the lock is working, but the handle is seized on the outside. So I don't know if he's going to replace it or repair it or what, but I'm going to head up there now and oversee that. Okay, I'm here early by 2 minutes. The locksmith is now late, but here is the internet setup. The fiber comes in there, it comes down, it goes into this big thing that says property of Cox Business, and it's screwed shut, so I don't know what's going on in that. Then, looks like we have an output of 2 coax lines, one of which there, another one in there, to the modem, and then out of the modem up to the router. So we've got to ground this box. So we're going to pull this panel off, and there's a ground nut in there. So we'll need to strip off some wire and ground it, but it works fine for now. And I'll give you a demo here on the lifts. I think we've got, yeah, power's off. Once they start going up, there's the first lock. Once they start going up, you got to pull, how's that work? You pull this up and then pivot it, and then it locks back into place. So you pull it over here, swing the other one out. The locks are real loud, as you just heard. There'll be another one. There's the M5 again. Okay, the door lock's fixed. Now we've got to run an errand all the way down in Otay Mesa, which is about 10 feet north of Mexico. So here goes the rest of the afternoon, headed down to the border. For those of you that have left comments regarding the PB blaster and the lock, that was a temporary solution. The guy today had everything apart, cleaned everything, said the outside didn't look like it was going to be in great shape. He got in there and the inside's fine. So everything was cleaned and then lubricated for the long term. I don't know what he used. Reassembled, and now it works. Is that an NSX? I don't know or like the NSX, but yeah, that's an NSX. I don't think I've ever seen a white one before. That's weird.
It's a Ferrari.
Look at that succulent.
It's Ryan's birthday today. Birthday dinner.
I got the 12 ounce, she got the 8 ounce, we got the fries, we got the asparagus, here's his Oscar style, and the Matisse. Crème brûlée in a little boat.
Look at that.
Hers says powdered sugar, mine doesn't. That's alright, she'll choke. I guess it is Christmas time. They've got all the lights up. This is old Alfonso's. It said opening summer 2018. They've crossed out the 8 and they put a 9 in there. 2019 now. There goes the 993 Carrera S. Dinner was excellent. Haven't been to Eddie V's in over a year. I think it was Thanksgiving of 2017 was the last visit. So we stopped in tonight. We had a cocktail up in the jazz bar. They had a live jazz band in there. And then the table was ready. So we went down. I had my 12 ounce filet, asparagus. Fries are no longer on their menu, but if you order them, they will bring them to you, and they are magnificent. Then creme brulee, also spectacular, great time. Anyways, just got back, it's late by our modern standards now. It's after 10, I think, we're gonna get into bed. But today we were supposed to get our toolkit. We ordered a huge ass toolkit through Sears. It was supposed to be ready for in-store pickup today. We called at like 4 o'clock. They said that today's truck order was really big and that they hadn't gotten through all of it yet and to call back in an hour and a half. So we called back at 6:15. They said they did find it, it's available. So I'm gonna pick that up tomorrow, take it up to the shop and drop it. Thursday we get the toolkit, and then, or the toolbox. When we get the big tool chest, we'll be able to measure the drawers and then figure out a organization method for all the sockets and whatnot in the chest itself. But F10's back today, back in the garage, and refinished front bumper, painted, cleared, refilmed, an Expel Ultimate Plus, and there is a little bit of difference over what it had before. So the factory, probably it's just a US thing. The factory US cars came with a big ass orange reflector right here. It was never a big deal, but it didn't look as clean as this now does. This is a delete panel that we ordered in Singapore gray. Problem is it shipped, and it was Singapore gray. I thought it was a pretty good match, but they said that whenever they painted it, the metallic flakes were at a different angle, or they were oriented a different way. I couldn't tell, but they repainted them with the bumper, so it's all the same paint. And then this is also filmed over, and of course they cut around here, so you could remove it again. It's not totally closed, but nice clean look. And I never really noticed the orange ones too badly. Like, I never thought that they made the car look ugly or anything, but now without them, I can definitely tell that the front end is clean, much cleaner and neater looking. I'm only seeing nice gray. I'm seeing the chrome in the headlights and around the grills, and then the gloss black of the slats. That's all I'm seeing. No more orange, weird third-party color in there. So nice and neat, nice and clean. Great job on the front end. It's all put back together with a new roundel and everything. So now that's done. The Ferrari's done. The E60 is in good shape minus the transmission. And my car, knock on wood, has been good, minus one more pending job. So I did the door lock actuator yesterday. So far so good. That should be fine now. Now I'm moving on to an issue with the shifter. So I completely rebuilt the shifter 8,000 miles, almost 8,000 miles ago, when the engine was out and the driveline and that whole thing in 2016. I did the rebuild kit from ECS Tuning that included new shifter carrier bushings, the dowel pin, you name it, everything but a new shifter carrier, which is a hunk of aluminum. There's no reason to replace that. So the shifter cup, it's an E60 545i short shifter, that sits down in the carrier in a white plastic cup. They call it a shifter bushing. And as you row through the gears, the ball rotates in the cup, the bushing, and that kind of provides a cradle for it to sit in. Well, I noticed about 2 months ago that the whole shifter was lifting up. Picture this as the shifter, and this looks phallic, but it was moving up and down. That's not supposed to happen. So I pulled the boot back and the insulation apart, and then I moved the little rubber grommet that keeps the water and crap underneath the car from intruding into the cabin. And I found that the cup was coming out of the carrier. So I rotated it within the carrier back to its lock position. Fast forward a couple days or a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and it happened again. So I fixed it again. And then it kept happening, and I would fix it, and then it would break again. So a couple days ago, I went to fix it again, and it just spins. It no longer locks in there. So the locking tabs had actually broken off of the shifter cup, and I found one of them on the ground outside. What happened to it? It was sitting here. My dad probably saw it and threw it out. It was this little white red piece of plastic that I'm willing to bet is now in here. Yep, right down there in the bottom. I don't need it, that's fine. It was gonna happen eventually. So that is trash. I've ordered another one from FCP. It's gonna take a week to get here at $12 shipping expense. It was a $13 part. Shouldn't be too hard to install it now that we've got working lifts. I'll just put the car in the air, take the Patrick Star transmission belly pan off, disconnect the north end of the dual shear selecting rod from the shifter lever, pull the shifter lever out, replace the cup, lubricate it, and reassemble it. So I'm talking too long. Today was fun. I'm gonna go and do some mail and then get to bed and sleep, and we'll talk tomorrow on Wednesday. Good night.